Welcome back to 82L Group Stage, Book of Mormon versus Team Blue. That first game was a spectacle, going to 68 minutes. Team Blue ultimately winning out at the very end there. And Book of Mormon did falter despite some phenomenal early and mid-game play. It just appears that they were outscaled come the late game. We'll see if they make that same mistake in the draft twice. And speaking of drafting, we've got this one well underway, and Team Blue banning out the Brewmaster that caused them so much trouble in the early game.
5 seconds remaining.
Book of Mormon, largely the same bands, actually the exact same bands, Disruptor and Underlord. We'll see if they keep it up.
Radiant team.
Shadow Shaman also banned by Team Blue. A lot of respect for Book of Mormon. Coming out from Team Blue, Captain Control definitely doesn't want to have to play against those again, and I do not blame him. The Shadow Shaman especially was incredibly problematic for them to deal with. I feel like that was probably the #1 difficult hero for them to fight against. As I said numerous times, they just had so much trouble fighting underneath those Shaman wards. Book of Mormon going to ban out the Witch Doctor that Team Blue, Solaire, played very, very well. So a lot of the support picks being shifted. They want to prevent that kind of... And I really felt like on both teams, the supports were the MVPs for the longest time, especially on Book. That Jakiro was absolutely amazing. Just so many wonderful ice paths. He was definitely my MVP for Book. And on Team Blue, I would say it was Control. He eventually just got out of control. Ha ha ha. On that Storm Spirit is very impressive. And Spirit Breaker, the final ban of this first phase, and Book of Mormon now at the first pick. Last game they had second pick, and so we'll see what they decide to go for. There's still some good stuff for them to choose from. Sand King, who was banned out last game, now available. It's really the only one I remember being banned out last game. That was
10 seconds
notable.
remaining.
That wasn't banned out this game. They did take the Brew last time, and now they cannot. Underlord also banned. They could go... Jakiro is still there if they want to go for it again. Pudge also still available. But I don't think they want to pick Pudge in the first phase. They picked the second phase last time. Rubik in the pool as well this time. Although you don't... I mean, first pick Rubik's fine. It's just... You'd rather pick him after a few picks where you can say, oh, okay, there's some good spells to steal. I mean, I'm not saying... There's always at least 1 or 2 good spells to steal every game. But they're going to go for another support. Lion, lots of hard control and some serious nuke potential. Book of Mormon, I like that pick. It gives you a lot. It's not amazing in the lane because his cooldowns are long, his mana pool is low. Team fights, he's awesome.
10 seconds remaining.
And also ganks, of course. You get the Finger of Death, the Hex, the Earth Spike.
5 seconds remaining.
This would be another good Lifestealer game if Team Blue want to go for it. And now Book of Mormon. We'll see. We'll see about this Lion. I do like it. But now I wonder what their other support will be. It should be something... Like, Lion is actually... I feel like he's a grittier support than a lot of people think. I mean, he at least wants the Blink Dagger, and he wants some levels. And now Kunkka picked up by Team Blue. I love that already. Kunkka is one of my favorite heroes to watch be played. I'd prefer to see it as a support, but I've seen some pretty fantastic core Kunkka play come out of the 82L, and Omni Knight coming out as well. That already drastically lessens the value of this Lion. The Repel going to be difficult to fight through, and Omni was banned last game, and Blue picking up a potent offlane hero that so many people find to be such a headache to lane against, and there's all right, he is an absolute pain, and Blue will claim him in their draft. I like Omni Knight most games, but this game already pretty good against the Lion. They could pick a core that's normally very like Medusa goes great with Omni because you just can't kill her even more now. I wonder if they'll pick something. Spirit Breaker's banned. I was gonna say if they're gonna pick something that they can get some cheeky repel nukes with, or purification bombs with. So we'll see. Book of Mormon it's harder to deal with the Omni Knight now than it was in the past. I think a big part of that was the Diffusal Blade nerf, although some people might argue that it wasn't a huge nerf, although I think it was, that you can no longer purge buffs with Diffusal Blades. You can't get rid of Omni Knight's ult anymore. Clock, though, a great pick. It's good. It's great against Omni. Sorry for the stutter. Because Battery Assault, all of his cast animations are very, very long, so Battery Assault should delay that pretty badly, and should be able to set up for a nice kill on him. The Lion, if they can get the jump on him, he's absolutely going to die. I hope this is a roaming clockwork, like Lion Clock as a roaming death squad. Terrifying. Medusa banned out by Book of Mormon. Razor banned out by Team Blue. Razor would have been pretty good, I feel like. Razor's been pretty popular lately as a safe laner more than a mid. Pretty good against
5 seconds remaining.
Omni. Can just static link and just walk next to you. And Outward Devourer, once again banned out by Team Blue, perhaps a hero that Book of Mormon used. And Lifestealer banned by Book of Mormon. This leads me to believe they could go for an encore on that Pudge. Wouldn't be terrible. Good against the Omni because your hook and your ult will go through repel, at least the control aspects of them. But then
10 seconds remaining.
We shall see. X could really ruin things, and Blue are going to grab a Bane, so their support duo, probably Kunkka Bane. That's a really neat duo. We used to see Bane Mirana a lot, and I think Bane Kunkka is a little more popular now, as I think those two heroes are just more popular than Mirana, who's really fallen out of favor. But the Nightmare into the Torrent, into a boat, yikes, that's going to be really rough. And then you can follow it all up with an Omni Knight Purification nuke. So I really like what Team Blue has put together for this draft. If this is support clockwork, I still think that Book of Mormon have pretty strong roaming potential, although now they might want to do a core clock because they might want to get something that can save. I'm not 100% sure which like defensive support I would pick. I don't think I like Dazzle that much because Omni's ult just makes you immune to physical damage.
Dire team pick.
But Book of Mormon gonna go for a Legion Commander. I do like that. That removes a lot of debuffs. Pretty tanky on her own, but Bane very good against that hero. So we'll see. Book of Mormon. Yeah, not sure how I feel about the Legion. I think it's okay.
Remaining.
And you can just lock down the Omni, hopefully, before he gets his ult off. So that could be really good. But again, Bane, great against that hero. And there's an Omni Knight. There's a lot of saves for Team Blue to protect against the duels. Even the Kunkka boat just really improves the tankiness of a lot of these heroes with the rum buff. Bane has a defensive Nightmare and Enfeeble. The Omni Knight, of course, has a heal and his ult. So we'll see. It'll be a difficult game for this Legion, I feel like. I could be proven wrong. I already like what Book of Mormon are doing now more than what they did last game. They have a lot of ways to win duels instantly too, though. Duel into Finger of Death, that's just a dead hero. Early game anyway, you can delete somebody with that. So it's definitely not going to be impossible, but as the later the game goes on, the harder it's going to be for this Legion to find those duel victories, and we'll definitely have to capitalize in the early game on that. Team Blue going to pick up the Luna. I'm pretty sure I like that. Nothing right now that makes me nervous about it. Scales very, very well. Team Blue, once again, have excellent scaling. Book of Mormon have okay scaling. Remaining. It's not terrible. We don't know what their mid and their safe lane are yet, so I can't really say which team is better scaling. But early game, I feel like Team Blue definitely has it on lockdown. But they're very cooldown dependent, whereas Book of Mormon not so much. Like when Eclipse is on cooldown, when Guardian Angel is on cooldown, and even Fiend's Grip has a fairly lengthy cooldown. It's not horrible, but it's pretty long. Then Book of Mormon can really make some plays. Hookshot later in the game has a pretty short cooldown. Earth Spike and Hex, of course. Dual, short cooldown. Legion, not a very cooldown dependent hero. And Book of Mormon grabbing a Shadow Fiend, also a hero that does not care about his cooldowns at all. And that's a great hero to go late game with. Very flexible build path with the Shadow Feet with magic nuking if he feels that that's better. And it could be this game because the Omni Knight.
10 seconds
Or
remaining.
the terrifying right clicker that this hero becomes as he gets a couple items. And
5
a
seconds
very
remaining.
difficult hero to lane against. There aren't a ton of really good mid matchups against a Shadow Fiend, but they could always camp the Bane there. Terrorblade banned out would have been a decent pick. Not amazing, but I mean, Sunder is a phenomenal spell. Great against Omni, who's going to be up on you the whole time, trying to keep himself healthy, and you can just kind of reverse that on him, flip it on its head.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Now, just a few seconds left on the last ban, and they'll get rid of that Queen of Pain. I actually think that would have been great for Team Blue. Now for Book of Mormon, they're looking for their mid. Odie's gone, Quap is gone, Medusa's gone. They could go Viper. No, never mind. They're looking for their safe laner. They have the Shadow
10
Fiend.
seconds remaining.
What am I thinking? Juggernaut is always a reasonable pick.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
But they're going to go for a Monkey King. Interesting. Great team fighting hero. Super scary early game. Also very tanky against physical damage. Will likely try to go a Battle Fury because its ult applies to cleave. Good thing it's not the Dark Days where the
10
Wukong
seconds
army
remaining.
applies bashes. That was definitely the darkest of
5
timelines.
seconds remaining.
And Team Blue looking for their mid now. They could go for a Viper themselves. The Break, very good. Tanky hero. Slow, great against the Monkey King. Break, also great against Monkey King. Stops Jingu. Damage over time prevents him from leaping away. It's a tanky hero. It doesn't scale great, so that could perhaps make them nervous. But they're going to grab a Death Prophet.
Choose
Early game Team Blue looks better. Late game I'm going to give it to Book of Mormon. You've got a Legion who, if she wins a few duels, is terrifying. That's a sick Monkey King set. Shadow Fiend is a late game Titan, but Luna, they call her Godzilla Luna for a reason when she gets to ultra late. The Death Prophet will have to have a very high impact early, as she does seem to lose some of that potency as the game goes on. We shall see, though. I've been proven wrong many a time, and I'm going to be honest, it seems I'm talking out of my ass quite a bit, especially in the draft, my analysis. I'm a 3.5k player, so don't expect anything stellar. We're getting ready for the second game to begin, and looking at these drafts, I think Book of Mormon have definitely shored up a lot of the weaknesses they had in their first draft. They lack some of that save for the Kunkka Bane combo, but I don't think that's, the most important thing in the world. But late game, they've got some serious power. Shadow Fiend, Legion if she gets a good start. Monkey King also a pretty good late game hero, and they've got good mid game. They just seem to be decent at all stages of the game. Blue, their biggest power spike, probably the Kunkka and Bane level 6s. Like when they get their 6s on all their heroes is their biggest spike, for sure. They are going to get reading chat. They're going to be looking to activate very mid-gamey, probably
where were we?
12, 15 minutes. The Luna, not super strong at that moment, but I mean, you got Eclipse then. Just try to make the most out of that first Eclipse. I would like to see them use the Death Prophet ult to claim an early Roche and maybe try to push early. That could be dangerous, though, against the Monkey King. And look at this. Getting some souls up on the Shadow Fiend. Not quite as efficient as I've seen it, but super cheeky. Shadow Fiend is really hard to lane against once he gets souls, so why not just start him with those souls? Now he's got 6 souls, that's 12 extra damage, and at 60 damage at level 1, evened with the Death Prophet.
30 seconds to battle.
And now they're going to be trying to negate any advantage she has. And let's see, what's the max souls you can get? 18. You can probably stop at like 10. They're not at either of their own bounty runes. I mean, Legion's lurking in the area. It doesn't look like Blue are going to make an effort to go on those bounties. So I don't think they have anything to worry about. Monkey King will get his.
To battle.
Occam's will get his. Yeah, even bounty trades. And Tensel's on the Shadow Fiend. Not pleasant for this Death Prophet.
I thank you from the bottom of my soul.
This matchup gonna be once he gets raised, it's probably favored to him. And oh, actually catching him in the cogs right away. Control taking so much damage, and this is definitely gonna be. Oh, is it gonna be first blood? He's trying to get the last hit. We'll get it. Weed Slayer finds first blood on Control right away, and that maxes out his souls. Gets the dang. 12 gets the now this is a miserable lane for Death Prophet. Instantly. That's the strength of a good block. She had no idea Clockwork was hiding up here and just gets caught in those cogs and nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, gets killed off. A nice Torrent trying to save her, but too little too late. And I pity Control now, who played phenomenally well last game, but I don't think it'll be quite as good this game. And now Desmond is just lurking in the trees, just trying to get XP. He doesn't really need any CS, he just wants to farm. And oh, it looks like Weeps there getting low, but we'll probably find Control. And now Retman needs to be very careful. There's 3 raises available. His bottle already finished. Weeps there going to town on these guys. 1 raise. The second raise not yet used. He's trying to pull back. Gonna get caught by that Torrent. Getting very low, and one more right click should do the trick. But a bottle charge. Will he survive? He's trying to run. There's no Torrent for 8 seconds, and he doesn't have mana for it. Anyway, pops the Clarity, trying to do what he can. Oh god, he needs to be careful for these raises. But now Weep Slayer. Torrent available soon. Ping's coming out. Oh, misses that raise. And now a Torrent is there. Will he walk into it? He just jukes it. But this is just as bad as a death, really, forcing him out of lane for so long. He definitely has to go back to base. We'll grab, maybe not. He's going to grab that bounty rune. Get a couple bottle charges, and he's going for the other one, too. But still, great start for the Shadow Fiend. And that is certainly a bad sign. Meanwhile, Mardigan is lurking here at bot, ends up pulling a creep down to him. Haste on this Kunkka. He has mana for an X mark, but we're already back under his tower. This Ring of Aquila finished. He is a happy camper in this lane. Death Prophet dramatically out damaged. Interesting that he got, it's not bad. The 18 souls is like enough to just out CS, and he's obviously going to get a second point in Necromastery next. And he probably values that nuke damage from the Shadow Raise anyway. Gives him a lot more kill potential than just the right clicks. And now Clockwork is lurking in the neighborhood. Despite this control, still about half a level behind. Mardigan just going to be spooking him off for sure. I want to take a look at this Legion Commander who I haven't really paid much attention to, and I think he's doing about as well as you can hope against a Bane as a melee hero. You're going to get enfeebled, and you're going to get harassed. Yeah, you can't really last it with that enfeeble on him, but can find some XP at least. Meanwhile, Desmodus just trying to interrupt this pull, much like we saw him do on that Tidehunter last game. Kunkka TPing in, but was spotted by that creep. I don't think Weepslayer's afraid at all. And just look at that, over 100 damage already. Definitely don't want to get found by this guy, and Kunkka does snag that Invis rune, which will prevent Weeb from getting anywhere. And oh, Bane grabs the Occam's bounty rune, and all Occam can do is give him a smack and of disapproval. Cedar Boy farming very, very well, but so is this Luna, who sits at the top of the CS at 19. Her Ring of Aquila also finished. The Legion Commander at level 3. Omni Knight level 4. So Desmodus having a slightly better lane. And despite being so, getting such a good start, Weep Slayer not that far ahead of Control yet. We'll see how this lane continues to develop, but he hasn't gotten another kill yet. A third kill, I should say. And isn't that far CS-wise. I mean, denies 12 up. Oh, and Cedar Boy finds a kill on Desmodus.
Oh, come on, you're dead already.
Down the strike plus Jingu, I'm sure. Been super focused on that mid matchup, so forgive me. That's where all the action was for the first 4 minutes. Occam, again, getting enfeebled. This is really annoying for him. And, oh, there's a Kunkka here now. Overwhelming odds, doing a little bit of damage. Clock, I don't know if you actually want to be in here with this guy. Legion can't really help you. But looks like they'll just flex their guns at each other. Control starting to stabilize in this lane, but still very far behind. Almost level 6 on Weeb Slayer, and he's only just barely level 5, about 25% of the way through 5. That'll bring us to rank 3 Necromastery, even more souls. Scepter, he's not going to get a Scepter. I mean, he might. Oh, and Lion getting beat up by Desmodus. Earth Spike up in just a second, pops the Hex. Lion does grab that bounty rune, but Desmond is just beating on him. Earth Spike will stop him, but he's still in that degen aura. Slick Shoes getting nailed. Oh, and Weeb Slayer finds a kill in the mid. A double raise and a few right clicks, I'm sure, finishing him off. It used to show how much damage each thing did, but doesn't anymore. So mid, again, the action picking up. Forgive me for the T-Tors. Kunkka wants to do something, but spotted up by a ward. Needs to be very cautious that he's not engaged on this. Monkey King is level 6, has Wukong's command, and 3 ranks in Boundless Strike. So a lot of nuke damage, and that Kunkka is certainly not a tanky hero. Occam looking for something. Another Enfeeble. This is so obnoxious for him. Wow, that doesn't purge off Enfeeble. Strong. This look cannot be dispelled, okay. Because that's a strong dispel. That bot, a torrent onto Cedar Boy. Cedar Boy getting hit by this Omni, but should be just fine. His Lion's there to peel for him if he absolutely needs it. But he's able to just walk away with his phase boots. Mid level 7 on Weeb Slayer has max Shadow Rages. Going to be going the magic damage build as he does have that Yule's, I suspect. He could change it up, of course. Level 10, really the big decision for that. If you're going to go attack speed, I think that Spell Amp talent's probably better. And rotations now coming in onto Weeb Slayer. This would be a very big kill. One raise connects, the second raise misses, and now an X onto him. And a torrent, he's going to go down. A quick kill, and Bane finishing it with the Brain Sap, the killing spree. Finished off, and Bane grabs a nice boost of gold, and Control gets a bit of a reprieve. Yeah, nice bit of gold for everybody involved in that kill. Top of the CS, still that Luna by a pretty healthy margin, about 9 or 7. Sorry, I failed math twice. Blue going to be going for a Mask of Madness. Omni Knight just trying to contest this pull. Going to get this CS pretty easily. Monkey King is here now, though. Need to be careful. Retman in serious danger. If he gets that Jingu up, it could be the end of things. TP will continue, but one more right click. If he didn't stop to Boundless Strike, he would have got that kill. Very unfortunate. But perhaps since Boundless Strike is physical damage, thinking it would go through the repel. Definitely an honest mistake. And even myself, I was not sure if that's how that interaction worked. And Weeb Slayer trying to farm up the jungle, gets spotted out. I don't think Bane can kill him. Just soak XP. And ooh, Desmodus gonna go down here in the bot lane. Jingu damage, not to be underestimated. And the Boundless Strike plus the crit, yikes, that hurts. And now Nightmare set up onto the Shadow Fiend. He's getting low and will go down. Another kill. Solaire making serious pressure onto Weeb Slayer. And that's absolutely what they need to do. Weeb Slayer at the top of the CS now, but getting kills on him will delay him. Although he's only about 1,600 gold from his Yule's Scepter. And once he gets his ult, we'll likely start finding pretty quick and easy kills on reckless enemies. Oh, Occam's Bane is here now with the Brain Sap. Nightmare setting up for another Eclipse Beam coming out, and that should be the end of him. A clean kill for them, and Weave Slayer able to just 2-raise this wave and gonna walk into the jungle to find some of that farm. Has not picked up his ult. Ping's coming out onto Retman. Retman does grab that bounty rune, and double damage spotted out by this Clockwork. And at bot lane, they're looking for Omni Knight. Repel does not save you from Jingu hits. Now he's got Jingu, and now he has no Repel. The Jingu crit doing a lot of damage, and Desmodus on the run. Death Prophet is here. A wonderful torrent from Retman ceases their advance. And X on him. Oh, but Finger of Death from Slick Shoes. Once again, gonna slide his way into a kill. Score is 6-3, but the game is still very, very even. If we take a look at the hero net worth, Shadow Fiend and Luna are completely even. Oh, a nice push back, but able to actually dodge by Fave and getting beat up. But no mana for Battery Assault means he should be able to get away and duel just 1 level away on that Legion Commander. Nice movement from Fave, able to not get shoved into the Legion Commander. Cedar will have his Shadow Blade soon. Desmond is still getting decent XP, but so is the Legion Commander, although Desmond is having a slightly better time than her. She looks to be going a Blade Mail before getting her Blink. I think that's maybe okay this game, though they're really... I mean, you got Monkey King Jump. Shadow Fiend will have his Yules soon. But the Blink will be their biggest initiator. And it's the same on blue. They really lack initiation on this. They're pretty much just going to have to go in on an X, or Bane's going to have to get a Blink. Yeah, they really lack initiation. Both teams, it's slightly better for Book of Mormon because they have the hookshot, of course, and Lion will go for a Blink, Legion will go for a Blink. So later they'll have better initiators, and that does make me a little nervous. And now, speaking of initiation, Retman caught in the cogs, getting hit by that Battery Assault, is able to free himself for the time. Boundless Strike does connect on him, though. The Flare adding some extra damage. A Hex will finish him off, and now Death Prophet going in, but it looks like they're going to have to back off. The Earth Spike does connect, but nothing else going to be gained of that. And once again, Weep Slayer denied a rune by Solaire. First hook shot of the game paying off. Rocket Flare going up. Not going to get anything. Ooh, a nice overwhelming odds. Surprised he got a second point in Moment of Courage versus getting a second point in Press the Attack, which is probably the better spell, but... Oh, Weep Slayer finds a kill in the mid, but himself getting pretty low. Popping the Requiem does a lot of damage to Control. The Control continues that. A nice Hex into the Torrent, and Weep Slayer will die. But the Death Requiem, the Finger of Death cooling down. Speaking of death, said death a lot of times, like an edgy kid, but not enough damage from Slick. Slick gonna go down to this. It looks like the Siphon draining him, and it's double kill for Control. Beautiful play from Retman on this Kunkka, and to support Kunkka, I just love to see it for that exact reason. The Torrent boat combo is stunning. Haha. Sorry. I deserve all the criticism I get for that one. Occam, with his Blade Mail completed, it seems going to be going for that Blink as his next item. A TP, and Control finds another kill onto the Shadow Fiend, this aggressive ward, setting up for a series of quick and easy kills. And Weep Slayer starting to feel the pressure, and is falling very far behind this Luna now. A fantastic start, but beautiful reaction from Blue, able to just continue pressuring him. Perhaps a sign that the supports of Book of Mormon now need to defend their Shadow Fiend. And Cedar just getting some serious damage onto this Omni Knight with these right clicks. And now the Repel's gone. This should be a kill. He has his ult, but not going to pop it, and will go down to the last Jingu hit. Echo Saber going to be the next item, and his Shadow Blade already finished. Pink's coming out onto Cedar. There is an X onto him. With the Shadow Blade, he might be able to get away. He gets caught by the combo. Actually, is going to get out of it. And Lion is here. The Earth Spike will connect onto the Kunkka. A Hex as well, and they're going in on him right away. They want to try to get him down the strike. The Jingu Mastery as well will allow him to keep healthy, and a killing spree for Cedar Boy.
What's the opposite of regicide?
But a close one, and again, the Shadow Fiend still suffering, but a hero that flash farms incredibly well, although there aren't really any stacks in his jungle. His Yule's almost finished, and Death Prophet's also very nearly completed. What looked like it was going to be an incredibly fast Yule slowed down dramatically. Oh, do they know where he is? No, they can't cut down those trees either, and he's able to get out. Cedar Boy just TP's back to base. Ninja Commander, looks like she wants to pop her shrine. Clockwork probably going to join her. And now seeing that there's 3 heroes bot, Weeb Slayer feels safe to come back to the mid lane and get some of that farm. His Yule's now completed. Will likely go for a Shadow Blade, maybe a Blink Dagger. But actually going to go for a Drums. There's other uses besides the combo as well. A nice Earth Spike, but Slick walks into a very dangerous situation when gets killed off by a quick pain sap from Bane. Control has Exorcism. Wukong's command coming out. The stun, a little bit of nice damage going on to Control, but the Wukong's command will do little more than zone them away. Although at this stage of the game, that's a fair use for that spell. Ping's coming out onto Weeb Slayer. Retman perhaps wants to try to go for a kill on him, and he's picking up a double damage rune. Oh, he sees Fave, pops the DD rune, has the Yule's actually just getting ready to try to blow him up, and a huge nuke! Weeb Slayer debuting that. Oh, Retman, you're in trouble! There's a DD rune, and it's a double kill! Meanwhile, at the bot lane, a dominating spree for this Monkey King as he finds a nice kill onto the Omni Knight. Beautiful play from Weeb Slayer, keeping a cool head despite a series of unfortunate events, striking him in the mid lane. He recovers nicely, and those 2 kills will serve him very, very well. Death Prophet is here. Needs to be careful of that DD rune. This guy hits like a freight train riding a truck, or maybe a truck riding a freight train makes a lot more sense. But now Kunkka TPing in. He has a Yule's, so can maybe try to save it. Nice Yule's. But now needs to get out from the rest of that stun. But pops his drums and should be able to run away. He's very fast. Spell Amp and the move speed talent going to be helping him get out of there. And the Spell Amp, of course, just makes those nukes even more ferocious. And thanks to Necromancer, he doesn't even really need that much in terms of right-click items. And now Shadow Fiend caught up in net worth, pretty much even with this Luna. And the first tower of the game claimed by Book of Mormon, finding that bot tower. Cedar Boy having a great game. Almost done with his Echo Saber. Will likely go an Abyssal Blade or a Basher after the fact. Maybe a BKB will be okay, but a lot of BKB piercing abilities. Exorcism, Fiend's Grip.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Sanjin Yasha, Weeb Slayer's next selection. Oh, and Cedar Street going down to Control. Control claiming that dominating spree. A lot of gold going his way. And it looks like Octarine Core is Control's next item. And that's an excellent choice for a Death Prophet. She really needs that item, I feel like. Her ult is pretty much her primary damage source most of the game, and she's so reliant on it that it just makes sense. Oh, a nice hook shot onto Luna. She's trapped, and Weeb Slayer just chilling, waiting for the duel perhaps, but not able to get in range for Occam. They'll just nuke her down and go for this tier 1 tower, but now Ping's coming out onto the tier 2. Exorcism is popped by Control. Fortification triggered, and now the fort from them as well actually going to do some work getting that. Oh, a nice torrent coming in. He gets stunned up immediately. The purification nuke as well. The Requiem canceled by the X. He pops his heels dodging that boat, but he's all alone. He's just going to go down. Monkey King is here, but this is rather feudal defense. The boat, the rum damage reduction, and he will die. They lose that tier if he goes in, and they will lose their tier 2 tower. Excellent play from this Kunkka once again, who's already proving to be my MVP. Just as a beautiful torrents and well-timed X's.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
Luna getting a deny on that top tower.
Is under attack.
Or mid tower, I should say. I don't know why I thought top. And now Occam getting pinged out. They see him. They hit him with the X. Gets hit by the torrent stun. And Cedar, he sees these two supports, but I don't know if he wants to go in on this. They lose that tier 1. Things are starting to look really rough for Book. I think you just concede this unless your teammates TP to the shrine. Perhaps getting a little greedy going in on that. But Weebslayer has recovered wonderfully once before. Will likely do so. I mean, he's made some really good plays this game. I expect we haven't seen the end of those plays, even if he has had a few missteps.
The wages of fear.
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Desmodus pretty poor on this Omni. Not too poor. Clockwork with his blade mail finished.
Radiant's top tower
So
is
just
under
wants to
attack.
farm, wants some time to himself.
Radiant has reinforced their
About 800 gold behind this Luna, who has just had a pretty free game. She's died twice, but her farm is great. She's level 15, and now, like, she's got her Manta already. A nice Earth Spike. Repel onto the Luna, a silence onto Clockwork. Clockwork in danger, gets hit by the torrent, gets hit by the stun, pops his boat, or blade mail, and the boat will finish him off. And the Monkey King ult, unable to find anything with it. The Urn will delay the Blink Dagger from this Legion Commander, and they're not able to find any sort of retaliation. However, on the other side of the map, it's Weebslayer hitting this tower, but just needs to hope his teammates don't get engaged on and punished. First Spike catches on the Luna. A dust sees Cedar. This could be very bad. He pops the Boundless Strike, but it's canceled. Now Fiend's Grip onto him. He's going to go down in a duel at the worst possible time. And they'll lose 2 heroes. And now 3 heroes, 4 heroes actually overall dead in blue, taking this tier 2 tower. Well, Weebslayer, starts channeling that Requiem, but Desmondus pops the repel immediately, able to keep himself healthy. And now Weebslayer needs to get out of here. Has a Eul's, so probably no real danger to him. And actually, he kind of wants this guy, but now he needs to get out. The Lion buying back. The tier 3 tower getting beat down. The Exorcism has just a little bit of time left on it, and without it, the push is a little bit slower, but the Luna damage on the tower. Nice hook shot, catches on 1. The X, though, was popped, but the tower should finish him up, or will it? A nice play from the Bane, but only delaying the inevitable. The stun not going to connect on Mardigan. Mardigan going after the control. Control needs to get out of here. Fave very, very low. Eclipse popped. The Eul's actually a really bad Eul's. Actually, or was it the Death Prophet Eul's? I don't know. A nice a nice raise will finish him off. I don't know who used the Eul's first. And no, Blade Legion Commander maybe wants to try to find a duel, but gets silenced and sleeped. And now a Hex had the stun. Perhaps going to be able to set up for that. Cedar after that has the Boundless Strike, and they will get 1 duel. The first duel of the game for Occam. But 4K gold in favor of blue, as Book seem to struggle to find their footing in this game so far. Luna and Death Prophet now the top 2 net worth heroes. Luna 1K gold ahead of the Shadow Fiend, and 3K almost ahead of this Monkey King, who is going for a Silver Edge. Will be very good against the Luna. Will be good against Omni Knight. Yeah, but mostly those 2. And it's just it's a decent item. It's an okay item stat-wise as well.
Boom! There it goes.
Omni Knight has a 4 staff and 2200 gold. Luna going for a BKB next. Death Prophet closing in on her Octarine Core. Kunkka, not much yet. Nothing really revealed. Could go an Aether Lens. Could go a Glimmer Cape. Meteor Hammer, actually an interesting pickup on Kunkka. Meteor Hammer, I should say. Bane going for a Glimmer Cape. Meanwhile, on either side, the Lion, he's pretty poor right now. Just has his Windlace and Arcane Boots. Clockwork has a Blade Mail going for a Force Staff. Shadow Fiend picked up the Yasha and now changing to a BKB. If that Luna ult hadn't done so much to him, no, it had to be he used his Eul's first, trying to hit her with the Requiem. But speaking of hitting her with a Requiem, he sees her. Pops the Eul's, channeling the Requiem. Now a massive nuke, but actually she's still very healthy. And now in the right-click matchup, I don't know if he can win it. And now he needs to run out of here, get in position maybe to get another raise. His long raise, if it connects, he could find something. But no, she's staying close enough that she won't. But the close raise and the Death Requiem finishes her off. A 1-for-1 exchange. Did he have max souls? Probably. He was just shy of max. He was like 1 or 2 shy of max. I don't know if it would have been much, but Death Prophet dying to the clockwork. So 2 cores going down for Book of Mormon. Book of Mormon starting to strike back a little bit, and a 2k gold lead is nothing to sneeze at per se, but it's also not insurmountable. Aether Lens now finished on the Kunkka. Will make these X's even more of a nuisance. Oh, but they see this Kunkka. He's all by himself. That's 2 Jingus. 3rd Jingu, the boat, and a boundless strike, and they finish him off. He gets hit by that boat, but he doesn't care. A very small commitment for either side, so the Kunkka boat on a super short cooldown. So, but a nice pick for Cedar Boy, who's catching up a little bit to this Death Prophet. Still all like 900 gold behind or so. Silver Edge now finished for him.
The wages of fear.
Going for a Desolator. After that, I really want to see him get a BKB. Helps against the Kunkka mostly and Nightmare, but not against Fiend's Grip, not against Exorcism. And of course, the Eclipse is a huge portion of Blue's damage. Now only a 1k gold lead in their favor. Occam struggling a little bit on the Siege Commander, has only gotten 1 duel victory, but she doesn't need that many. She just needs a few. Did give away a duel win to the Bane, but that's like the least harmful hero to put it on probably. Although I'm sure we'll see like 1 Nightmare kill, he just barely gets it on 1 final right click. That probably had to do with that, but that's super small percentage of that happening. Luna level 19. I want to take a look at her talents, getting 20 attack speed and the Lunar Blessing damage, so 62 free damage for not just her, but her whole team. Death Prophet on her talents goes to 50 damage in the cast range. Kunkka grabbing 40 damage for himself, gets that cleave, helping farm, and gets some right clicks. Bane goes the cast range. Desmodus, meanwhile, gold per minute and XP. Octarine Core finished on this. Death Prophet means her ult has a significantly improved uptime, allowing them to take these fights a little bit earlier. Again, I would love to see them go into Roshan with that Exorcism, and they would kill it so fast. And you don't even really need the Exorcism to push anymore because of how big your Luna is. Meanwhile, Weak Slayer continues farming here at the bot lane, shoving things in, just trying to be a nuisance. He's super fast, 521 move speed. Slick shoes. Oh, but it looks like they're going in onto the Shadow Fiend. He yules himself trying to buy some time, but it's not going to do any good, or is it? He's just getting away, but now caught by that X. Will be pulled back. The Purge, not going to save him from the X. Doesn't purge it off. A great boundless strike from Cedar Boy. Pops his ult as well, but it looks like they're all running out of it. Weak Slayer starts channeling the Requiem. No, he's backing off. Needs to play very safe. Doesn't want to get picked. Kunkka, a nice torrent, scares Cedar Boy away, but still alive is this Shadow Fiend. He pops the Requiem and will get it off, doing a lot of damage control. 1 raise, but now the Yule's pop, trying to save himself, and he does do so. This drain, nice healing, and oh, that's a really bad place for Legion. Figure Death coming out onto Fave. Fave caught in the cogs. Now the Blade Mill as well, but it's a double kill so far for Cedar, finding the 2 supports in the back. A nice duel, but will she actually be able to win it? Although it does keep this Omni Knight under control, unable to use anything to save his teammates. He will die, and now it's a double kill for Fave, an ultra kill for Cedar Boy. And with the Death Prophet ult and the Octarine, I don't think they can kill her. Cedar Boy on the run. But once that Exorcism ends, maybe going to consider it. His Silver Edge is almost done. Needs to be careful. I don't know if you want to do this, dude. But he gets the Jingu up and now getting shredded by the Exorcism and the Spirit Siphon. Overestimating his abilities. Not very kingly. A nice set of kills for both sides. An ultra kill for that Monkey King. Unfortunately missed that first fight recap, but because it's 4 for 4, it stays very even. Both mids, the sole survivors of these exchanges, and if it would have definitely been very favorable to Book if the Monkey King didn't try for that Death Prophet.
Gold for my chest.
Aetherland's going to be on the agenda for Bane as well. Wants to be able to safely cast that Fiend's Grip with the long range on the Boundless Strike. Could make that difficult to do so. And another, lots of Aethers coming out for Blue.
Illusion.
Shadow Fiend finishes his BKB. Level 20 now. Has the extra Shadow Raise damage. So a lot of nuke potential for him. Again, this hero does not need a lot of right-click items to really right-click very hard. Level 25, he's probably going to 3 damage per soul. I would expect that anyway, because that just dramatically increases his damage output with no investment, no items. I do really like Control's choice to go for a Solar Crest. It's great on Death Prophet, gives you some evasion, and of course Exorcism is physical damage, which means that the spirits do even more damage. So I really like that pickup. Cheater Boy gonna be having his Desolator soon. 2 D items. You can't blame me. You can actually. And Occam's still struggling to find those duels. Gonna have a BKB soon. Six Shoes. No Blink. Probably going for an Ags. He did last game on the Chikiro. This ward is seen if they get up there. And yeah, no, they know this ward's there, but they're not going to go on it. That's fine. They shouldn't go on it. SNY almost finished for Weeb Slayer. A nice bit of tankiness. The Mame also going to help him. Chase Hero's down, although he doesn't really have any problems with that 523 movement speed. Bane, a good ward here, will provide some good information. They ping out. They should be suspicious of a ward being there. Look at the range on that X. That's impressive. Flare providing a little bit of information. Desmond is looking around. He's spotted by this ward. Slayer pinged out as well. Looks like a push coming in from blue. Rocket Flare clearing out, trying to poke him down a little bit. Eclipse available. She's going for her Satanic. I don't know if they can... Exorcism is popped. They repel Fave. They really want to get this. Fortification is popped. A nice silence and push back. A nice X onto this Lion. And she's just chunking away at this tower. A nice light burst spike catches on 2 heroes. Legion Commander, Finger of Death coming out. The duel, not going to catch anyone. Actually, it does catch on the Omni Knight. Yule's on 1. Weep Slayer getting very, very low. Needs to be careful. Fave, super tanky. He's channeling his Requiem. Is he going to get him? But no, it's not. But the double Death Requiem doing a lot of damage. Blue, Control, going to go down. And it's double kill for the Monkey. They lost their heroes. They've only got the Shadow Fiend. Now Solaire in danger. Spotted by this Clockwork. Will he have some time for himself? Desmond is healing himself. Occam on the prowl. A nice Nightmare. But Cedar Boy, you can't sleep 2 people. And really, it's his Nightmare. TP out from Desmond. He will escape. But 4 heroes die. Only for the Shadow Fiend. A good kill, but not for 4 of your heroes. A good gold swing now. 2.8k going in favor of Book of Mormon. That will definitely rebound them nicely. And finish some of Cedar Boy's items. Looking at this net worth, it's starting to get even. What's worse is both the Shadow Fiend and the Monkey King are catching up to this Luna, and that's frightening. She's very tanky. She's difficult to kill, but... Again, as long as Exorcism is down, their damage isn't amazing versus Cedar Boy and Weeb Slayer, who don't care about their cooldowns that much. However, when the Exorcism is up, we just saw the kind of serious work. A wonderful hookshot. They're going in on him, trying to position those cogs. Retman X'd himself, and Occam getting ready to duel. Does get it off, and this should be her 2nd victory of the game. And now they may pressure this tier 3 a little bit, but I don't think they can get it. Yeah, Mad Mardigan gonna hit it just a teeny bit, but not able to find that tower. Bane looking for something. Death Prophet TPing in, and now it's Book of Mormon finding themselves in the lead, if only barely. This game just like last, so back and forth. These teams very evenly matched, and now Book of Mormon going into the Roche pit. Pings coming out. They know that this is happening. This ward, they're spotted at all. Are they fast enough, though? They're not smoked up, so they're not quite as fast. And they're spotted by not only a ward, but an illusion and the flare. And Lion trying to do something. The cogs will zone them out a little bit. They should be able to get this and get it on Cedar Boy. The Exorcism is popped. It's so low. They need to get it before the Death Prophet, and he does. Cedar Boy grabs it, and the duel coming out onto Omni Knight. Omni Knight should die to this. Not able to get his ult off. Weep Slayer getting extremely low. Didn't get the Aegis himself, and he will die. Occam trying to do what he can, but he's going to go down as well. The Aegis claimed, and now 2 powerful ults on the going out. Cedar Boy getting low. Doesn't have any way to escape, and he'll die. A double kill for Control, and Blue punish Book of Mormon for going for Roshan while they're still alive. And a 3k gold swing for Blue, who grabbed that gold lead, and that tiny glimmer of hope already faded, and now go for some towers, and it's a minute with that, although fortunately for them, Exorcism is over. So things aren't as terrible, and the other lanes are pushed in for the Radiant. So could be much worse, but they may be forced to buyback on the Monkey King, which would be very, very bad. Shadow Queen doesn't even have buyback. And Monkey King, yeah, he has bought back, but it's tier 3 tower is not long for this world. It's going to go down Blue. And they're probably going to find some racks too. The Glaives just chipping away at them, and now the Wukong's command coming in. He's going in onto Solaire. Dust coming out, but actually onto him, and now he needs to back out. He actually leaves his circle. Meanwhile, Control going for the bot racks. And Blue, oh, a nice hook forward, but it's a little bold. He's trapped, getting very low, forced himself away. Should be fine, but they're going to lose this racks. The first racks of the game going to Blue, and oh, he might find something onto this Luna. Bane has a Nightmare, does pop it. Overwhelming odds, Duel is available, Hex, and they will get the Constellation Prize in the Bane, but they've lost so much already. And now Control, a boat coming in. They need to be careful. If they get hit by that boat, it could be really bad. And a nice boat. It does catch on Mardigan, but the Rum also going to make Control very, very tanky. Boundless Strike doing a lot of damage, though, but he has evasion. Still alive. He's so tanky. Doesn't have any Spirit Siphons to heal himself, and he will die. It does take some time, though, and they've lost the full lane of Rax bot and the nice Yules to cancel that TP, and Kunkka will die. But they lost 2 towers and a Rax. So Blue should be pretty happy with how that turned out. They also, again, just removing the Roche advantage that Book of Mormon had for all of 3 seconds. And Blue really starting to come online. Luna, I don't know why I want to say Lena. Already level 25, has her 25% lifesteal talent now. That's probably at level 24. Probably going to get to Exorcism. Maybe not the haste. The haste probably doesn't need. Monkey King, level 24, will probably go 100 Wukong's command armor, makes him almost impossible to kill if he gets a BKB. And now they're going for this tower. There is backdoor protection. The creep wave should be here before too long, and they do a lot of damage to towers with Cedar Boy. So Book of Mormon definitely not letting up, even though they lost a couple base buildings. And now Luna going for whatever's left in the mid. Backdoor protection is gone, and now TP's coming out. They get one lane. They equalize things. Weave Slayer getting caught by a Nightmare, and now Legion Commander jumping in. Has a duel, but probably doesn't want to use it, but might now. That Monkey King is here. Does pop it, and now Luna got her Satanic off and will actually probably kill this Legion Commander during the duel. And now the Boundless Strike, he'll finish her off, but they lost to Rax. And not only that, but Luna won the duel. But Book of Mormon do get 1 full lane of Rax, so they still have advantage in the mid lane. And they're starting to even things out. This game very close, and I appreciate the Book of Mormon, despite losing a couple fights, definitely not letting up the aggression, continuing to pressure as much as they possibly can, not letting Blue dictate the pace of the game. However, Blue, just like last game, they're so slippery. I mean, we saw that the Luna just went and pushed bot. She was like, cool, my teammates are dead. I can't defend that. I'm going to get your mid-racks. Not only did she get the mid-racks, got her Satanic popped at the perfect time to ensure that not only did she win the duel, she killed the Legion. Well, I mean, to win the duel, you kill the Legion Commander. But she wins the duel, and now with Shadow Fiend dead for so long and the Exorcism coming out, this tower, not long for this world, and honestly, this Rax, a nice hook coming up. He needs to be careful. Oh, he's trying to buy some time for himself, but getting solo. Mad Mardigan did everything he could, and now the boat will try to, will not only buy her some time, but make her significantly tankier. And now Cedar Boy pops his ult, went for the rings, so he's not as tanky as he could be, and actually has to abandon his rings. Finger of Death onto Solaire, but Solaire fine with that. Pops the Brain Sap, gets healed, and now the top racks are getting very low, and it looks like it will be Mega Creeps. Occam doing everything he can. Pops his BKB, but silence before he can get that, or Blade Mobile pops silence before he can get that duel off, and now pops the BKB. Purging off that silence. Might get a duel off. A killing spree for Cedar Boy. They only have 1 barrack left alive, though. They do want to get him. They pop the duel. The Spirit Siphons are healing her for a lot. The Nightmare just dancing around in this duel. That's so obnoxious, and that's exactly the kind of thing I was afraid of with that Bane against the Legion. And now Mad Mardigan looking for somebody. They're going after her. The Yules is available. He knows who's who, but the Fiend's Grip comes out. Now the BKB is popped. This is the death of Weave Slayer. And now Bane will die in retaliation, but the Luna not afraid at all, just going to pursue Slick Shoes. Slick Shoes will survive thanks to an uphill evade. And Cedar Boy actually perhaps the one that can man fight this guy. The Blade Mail pop trying to buy some time. They're getting her solo, but she's so tanky. finally will die, and 5 heroes on blue will eventually go down. They need to ensure that they do not lose this Rax. If they keep that Rax up, they may still be in this game. A huge 3.2k gold swing in favor of Book, but this Shadow Fiend is starting to suffer in this game, and Lion may not be able to defend all by his lonesome, but it looks like it'll be fine. He should be aware that something's about to happen and defend that, and now looks like they just might want to try to end it, but there's buybacks on everybody, and everyone who doesn't have buyback will respawn shortly. Flare to scout out their base. Hawkum just hitting that. Now the boat coming in. A nice torrent. The boat going to stun one. Just the Legion. The Monkey King is fine. They force buybacks on 2 heroes. Now they're on the run, but an X on Mad Mardigan. He has a hook shot. Caught in the Nightmare, though. Force taps himself away. Cogs has a hook shot. Could maybe try to launch to a creep, but just might actually be able to run away, honestly. Glimmer Cave, not on himself. It's on Solaire. Solaire has another Nightmare available. Torrent going to connect Purification Nuke, and that'll be the end of Clockwork. Unfortunately for Book, unable to claim any other major objectives. They simply just do some chip damage to this tier 4 tower, which ultimately is meaningless. But now the gold graph going back in their favor, but again, just barely. XP, though, heavily in their favor, and it appears to have been in their favor for quite some time. Actually, right around that 5 kill, the team wipe they got did the trick. Cedar Boy hanging out, getting some push going on, or some farm going on. Counter push, deep push. You could argue they're like the same thing. Legion started to get those dual wins, but things are looking extremely grim in the second game for Book of Mormon. They just... It's not even really their fault as much as it's how blue played the lanes. Shadow Fiend dominated the first 5-6 minutes of that mid, and then just got camped by Bane and Kunkka. And what do you do against that combo unless you have a really defensive support like an Oracle or a Dazzle to save you? Leaf Slayer closing in on that level 25, though. We'll find it, whatever his next camp farmed is. Kunkka looking for something. Cedar Slayer hanging out. Kunkka with that Shadow Blade. They do see him. Luna lurking around, but looks like Retman just scouting safely, not going to get himself killed. And Cedar Boy bound the strike. Speaking of not getting himself killed, I spoke a little too soon, and Kunkka killed off by the overwhelming odds. The Caster's Curse in full effect. Control now shoving in this bot lane, going to go for a Heart of Tarask. All Death Prophet wants to be is tanky. She wants to stick next to these enemy heroes and keep her ult rolling. Has the Exorcism grants haste. Cannot be outrun, and now it looks like Luna. Oh god, this could be very bad. She pops the Eclipse, and Weep Slayer has Blink on cooldown for 3 seconds, just barely hit. He's very fast, though, but Death Prophet chasing after. If he sees her in time, he can blink away and does manage to slip for now, but could get caught by that Yule Scepter. No Drum Charges available to speed him up any further, and he's just going and going, and he should be gone. Look how fast this dude is. 550 move speed. Isn't that the cap? Nice Yules, and Weep Slayer just walks it off. Legion spots someone she does not want to fight. If she Blade Mails and Luna doesn't get her Satanic popped, it could be fine. Mardigan in trouble. Cedar Boy just TPing away. Control not using his Yules there. Definitely could have. Roshan is alive. Be the next point of contention. Blue can kill it extremely quickly, especially with the Exorcism. Book doing a good job keeping waves, at least not in their base. Weep Slayer going to go for an Ethereal Blade. Interesting pickup this game, although very good against the Death Prophet. And he has a reasonable amount of agility. And once you get the Ethereal Blade, it gives you so much agility, too. And he went for the cooldown reduction, so he's just going the full nuke build. I personally prefer the damage per soul, but it's definitely not bad. I think Shadow Fiend has one of the more difficult to decide talents at that level.
Illusion.
Let's see, that brings that to a minute. His Yules to 13 seconds, pretty much 14 seconds. And if he spots somebody, can maybe go for a kill. Flare scouting out Roche. They saw that it was going on, and Blue decided not worth the risk. A hook shot could really mess them up. Like a hook shot and a Cogs force, like trapping them inside the pit could be really awkward. Retman just going to scout out. Repel wants to make sure he doesn't get jumped on. They're going to keep spamming the flare into the Roche pit. They see that they're going for it. Ping's already coming out. They saw the flare particles as well. Exorcism popped, and this Roche will die incredibly fast with that Exorcism, and it looks like it's going to be going on to Fave, who already so hard to kill. The flare, the Lion in position, maybe wants to try for something, but the support's very well positioned. Now, Weeb Slayer not able to steal it, tried so hard, but didn't even matter in the end. Fiend's Grip will finish him off. He has buyback available. A valiant effort, but will be forced to buyback, and the worst part perhaps that he's now only half souls, so his damage diminished greatly. And now with Fave on the Immortality, already so hard for them to kill this Luna. And now only going to be harder. They don't have an MKB on anybody. Jingu loaded up on this Monkey King. He has a Butterfly, so also pretty tanky himself. He's gonna hit Fave. They get the break onto him. The duel, if it's popped now, could do some work. The break, she's getting low, but she's so tanky. The Blade Mail getting her down. She'll die. The egg is already gone, but they need to be careful. Exorcism on cooldown for 50 seconds, so the Requiem will connect. No, it's not. He cancels it, and now she pops the Magistel. She goes right for the Rex. They pop the port. They're trying to get her. Her Eclipse going out. This Rax is so low. If it goes down, it could be the end of the game for the Finger of Death. Finishes her off. The Rax still alive. Pink's coming out desperately. They want to get it. Cedar Boy, Unstoppable Desmondus on next on the chopping, but Pap still alive. Solaire gonna go down. This Monkey King hitting so hard, and now they're after control. Very low, and they get the Bane, or sorry, they get Desmondus as well. The Yule's trying to stop him. Hookshot available. But does Mardigan want to keep going for this? He sees her. Hookshot will latch. He has Cogs. He pushes her back into the Shadow Fiend. And now this should be the end. Pops the cheese. And Duel cooling down in 3 seconds. But they see her. She's slower than them. And now Duel in just a few seconds. If she can get the Duel, then it's pretty much over for Control. And it looks like it's over for Control in the first place. He's stuck, he's dueled, and now he's dead. A great defense coming out from Book. Keeps the game going, and what's worse, no buyback on Luna. That fortification narrowly saves this ranged Drax with 27 HP left alive, and now a gigantic creep wave coming in. Could finish it off if they don't intercept. Those catapults ignore other units and hit buildings. But Monkey King going right on it. Death Prophet immediately buying back. Weep Slayer very, very low. Needs to be careful. Omni Knight buying back as well. 10 seconds until Kunkka. And so looks like they will back off. Perhaps maybe able to beat on a Shrine. It looks like he's going to try. Get some free gold. This game extremely close, but it's going to be so hard for Book. They have their work cut out for them. All they need is to just sneak someone in, anyone, to just hit that once and it dies. Like they could just smoke here and then smoke again and then just blink in and hit it and it'll go down. Fortification not on cooldown for 3 more minutes. Book. Things are looking rough for them, and unfortunately, because of the way the waves are pushed in, because they have lost racks in every single lane, they weren't able to claim anything. But now the Ethereal Blade finished on Weep Slayer. We'll see if he's able to get the massive nuke triple raise S-Blade combo. Just wacky plays. Let's see, so 82 times your primary attribute plus 75. He's got, let's just say it's 150. Times 2, 300, plus 75, 375 damage on that. Not only that, but it disarms heroes like the Luna. Will be really great to use on her during her Satanic. Her BKB down to 5 seconds. And Lion, with a 20-second cooldown Finger of Death, he can keep the waves clear. And not only that, it's 1,225 damage. This guy is going to be nuking people. And god damn, look at the range on that Earth Spike. It's like, let's see, how far do I have to zoom out to see the range on that? Very, very far. So some super sneaky long range engages.
Upon a loyal warrior.
This game very interesting and surprising. The Book able to hold on. Not only hold on, but now Monkey King at the top of the net worth, and now they have a 10k net worth lead. All it takes is a couple good fights, and they'll be able to get it going. Legion with 144 dual damage under her belt. Wants to save for buyback though, which is definitely the play. Shadow Fiend, maybe gonna look for someone. He's shoving stuff in. He doesn't have a Shadow Blade or a Silver Edge, so needs to wait till an enemy reveals themselves. Blinks away, was spotted. I don't think he's in trouble. Bane, no Blink Dagger. Bane, no Force Staff, so shouldn't be able to cut down the Shadow Fiend at all. Solaire with his Boots of Travel. Let's look at the support talents. XP gain and move speed. Meanwhile, on the Kunkka, who's going for the crit build, which that's why you pick a support like Kunkka. Just go damage late game. 120 torrent damage. We'll probably go. I like the strength a lot. Luna now with the lifesteal. Death Prophet got Exorcism grants haste. Omni Knight, 12% degen aura. Legion Commander with 40 dual damage bonus. So each dual win is what, 50 something? 58? Damn. Shadow Fiend did go for cooldown. Lion, on the other hand, Earthspike range, health, and Finger of Death damage. He has a Pipe of Insight to help against that Luna Clockwork. His talents are Armor, Battery Assault, and Rocket Flare damage. I really like, actually, the Rocket Flare damage choice, even over Magic Resist, which would have been great this game, because they need to keep this wave top shoved in at all times. And Rocket Flare is a reasonably spammable spell that lets him push waves out from a distance, or at least, you know, ping him away. And Monkey King just goddamn able to destroy waves. His BKB at 9 seconds as well. Boats to push waves in. That's totally fine because your boat cooldown basically doesn't exist. 40 seconds. A smoke from Book. The first aggressive play they've been able to make all game, and they might find a big target. The smoke is popped. Control spots some heroes. He pops his BKB, but it's not going to matter. He's dueled and now getting beat up by these guys, and he's going to go down. He has no buyback. That's 2 minutes without Death Prophet. An incredibly successful smoke. And Death Prophet drawing the lines, signaling to her team, split push. Do not fight them right now. This Monkey King, gigantic. And Break just devastating against this Luna. Stops her glaive, stops her bonus damage. She has one more item slot available to her as well. Let's see. Oh, Weep Slayer might see this Luna. She has a BKB, she pops it, and she's immediately TPs out. Just some right clicks coming in. There's no bashes or anything, so she manages to slip away. Sweep Slayer just shoves in these waves. Got a minute without Death Prophet. Unfortunately, I don't know that they can really do anything with it. It's just so hard to really make anything happen during this time because of the way the waves are, because they've lost so many of their barracks. But again, a love tap is all it will take to kill this ranged Drax. Luna on 5.2k gold. Let's see. She could go an MKB. Wouldn't be terrible. She has a Satanic, a Butterfly. I have Scotty. Not a bad pickup for her either. I wouldn't mind seeing I have Scotty. Kunkka wants to get a data. Let's add some damage to his team. Roshan may respawn in the next 20 seconds or so, so we should see him up before, unless it's a really long respawn. The Flare to continue trying to shove this lane in. This is the only even lane, so mid is the only place they can really keep it pushed. They're grouping up. It looks like they might prep for a smoke once the Death Prophet's back alive, and she'll be up for too long. Buyback on cooldown for 2 more minutes. And if we take a look at the buyback status of these heroes, Luna, Monkey King, Legion, Clock, and Kunkka have it. So that's 3 on Radiant, 2 on Dire. So if the Radiant win like a completely even fight, like 100% totally even, everyone dies, 5 for 5, it probably favors Book, who, I mean, sitting on a 12k gold lead, but it's 53 minutes. XP lead, also about 10k in their favor. Perhaps going to try to bait something. The bot lane, though, is shoving. They need to be mindful. Shadow Fiend already TPing back to deal with it. Gets there just in time. If that creep died, that would have been disastrous. Now they know that he's gone, and perhaps this encourages Blue to shove out, but they're just very nervous.
Money changes hands.
Slick Shoes, no buyback on him. That's fine. That Ags Lion is so cute. Such a meme. The AoE finger gives them significantly better wave clear though, so I do like it. Look at this dual damage on this Legion. She's like 2/3 of a Divine Rapier. How much damage is the Rapier? Is it 322 damage? It should be 322 damage. But she does have a lot of damage on her now. I mean, it's starting to get harder and harder. This Luna can't keep up damage output wise with like all of those heroes. Roshan is alive. Rocket Flare on cooldown for 3 seconds. Can they kill it in the time frame? Oh, they spot him. Weep Slayer, though, might need a BKB to survive. He yields immediately. A nice Boundless Strike. Oh, but a good Fiend Script. Catches his Monkey King. He needs to live as long as possible. Occam's going in there, but Monkey King already low. He's trying to run, trying to survive as much as he can. He doesn't have the lifesteal from the Jingu yet, but now he does. He's healing up so much. He has his Wukong's command as well. Luna already dead. Death Prophet going to go down too. 3+2 heroes. Oh, no, Death Prophet still narrowly alive, but not for long. She does die. Cedar Boy barely alive. 2 dead. Buyback forced out on the Luna. Oh, and they cancel the TV from Desmodus. This could be troublesome. Oh, a beautiful torrent, though. And Cedar Boy going to go down to the Kunkka. Excellent play from Retman. Game will turn on a razor's edge. You could cut the tension with the knife. Both teams equally matched now. The gold means very little at this point. As we saw that Luna get dominated, and Cedar, once that Jingu pops, he just doesn't die. He hit, and what a beautiful boundless strike. Oh no, Luna caught, she bought back, she's dead. That's a dieback. The Finger of Death from Slick Shoes erases her off the map. The Requiem as well, and of course she was hit by the Ethereal Blade, taking 40% more magic damage. That's close to 1,800 magic damage just from the Finger, or perhaps 1,600. Again, I'm terrible at math, but now there's a almost 2-minute window without this Luna, and Monkey King doesn't even feel pressured to buy back. And now that that Luna's dead, there's no reason for him to. Legion Commander and Shadow Fiend should be able to take on whoever they can get, like anyone that comes and fight them. Legion's huge. She didn't even duel in that fight, I don't think. And Monkey King didn't Wukong's command. Perhaps, I think that's fine because you're a little nervous about that cast animation. You just die. But now they're going for buildings. Fortification is available. I don't know that getting these buildings matters. They really, really, really want... Oh, Kunkka! Retman, he's going for it. He's probably going to get it. This is the end of this Rex! The melee creeps, or mega creeps, now claimed, but you have Book of Mormon in your base. You have a minute without your Luna. This is the only time that they have. But there's an exorcism going off. A nice hook shot coming in, but it actually misses on everybody. BKB popped on 2 heroes. Monkey King alive, going to clear this, and maybe we'll TP in up and try to join the fight here. Not enough mana for Cogs on Mad Mardigan. Weep Slayer trying to get the Requiem off. It goes, but it doesn't really connect on anyone. Doesn't do much damage at all. He's trying to find something, anything, but he can't. All this invisibility, all this mobility, able to get them away from his Requiem. This magic damage build starting to slip in the late game. And Monkey King will be forced to try to clear waves. The first wave of Mega Creeps are on the prowl, and Blue Control getting low. Jules to try to save himself. Weeb in trouble. Occam taking that current and now getting low. Pops his BK Blade Mail, I should say, but he's so low and he's going to go down. Killed off by Solaire's Brain Sap, and now Weep Slayer on the run. He has a Blink Dagger available. He needs to get out of here as soon as he can. Drinks that regen rune as well. Very happy to have it. But will it matter? The first wave of Omega's coming in, and there's no AoE on this Monkey King. He doesn't have a Battle Fury. He doesn't have a Mjolnir. And uh-oh, did they actually find Weep Slayer? Weep Slayer could be in trouble. Oh, Fave finds him, but he pops his BKB. He has Blink in just 1 second. If he's able to get it off, he should be able to get away. And that BKB, basically no cooldown whatsoever. Thanks to that 40% CDR talent. Everyone in this game playing very, very well. That gold graph, though, still wildly in favor of Book of Mormon, but they got to deal with mega creeps. So it doesn't even matter. That torrent doesn't connect on anyone. The boat also going to miss. And with the AoE 20-second Finger of Death, I don't think they're actually that worried about the megas. They got the scan. They don't see anyone. Weeb Slayer, he has the BKB, but he's caught in the Fiend Script before he can get it off. He's going to go down. His buyback, though. They know Roshan is happening. This could be devastating for them. And that Aegis will likely go on to Fave, who does not have buyback for 4 minutes. Will they be able to kill her twice? They do have buyback on the Shadow Fiend, so not all hope is lost. But not only are you going to be fighting against an Aegis, you're fighting against Megas. And a Cheese, and a Refresher Shard that I suspect they'll give to the Death Prophet. Yeah, she needs to have Exorcism up as much as possible in this next fight.
Blessings upon a loyal
Despite
for my
Megas, I don't think Booker out of this game. It's incredibly close. Now Ag's going to be the next item for Shadow Fiend. She needs what better way to increase her ult damage in the late game than quite literally doubling it with that Ags. Although getting to the secret shop is a tall order and much easier said than done. Redman on this Kunkka with that cheeky love tap on that Rax. Definitely open up the game for his team, who are beginning to struggle. The gold graph starting to dip now. But their wave clear is actually very good. Again, the 20-second cooldown AoE Finger of Death. They have raises. They have Boundless Strike, overwhelming odds. There's a lot of ways they can clear out waves. Even Clock, maybe not so much. Clock is going to just chill. And Blue, even though they have Megas, playing very cautiously, and rightfully so. They are behind in gold.
Boom, there it goes.
Legion going to be going for an Abyssal Blade. Weed Slayer trying to farm up, was forced to buy back. No, it looks like they might go for something to catch Cedar. Cedar needs to get that BKB off. They purge. She's not spotted. They X him back. Don't dust. If they get a Fiend's Grip behind him, Exorcism is popped. They immediately Ethereal Blade her. BKB popped. They're going in on Control. Control getting very, very low. Wukong's command coming out, but he's stunned. No, actually survives. Wave pops Satanic. Very, very tanky. Fiend's Grip onto Occam. Occam's still alive, though, but they get her. Luna is already dead, but they're all so low. But they do have Jingu stacks on this Monkey King. And now their Requiem coming out, and it's not going to. He's stunned, but they jump in immediately. The life's still doing so much over. She's taking up a lot of damage. A nice Nightmare to deny that nuke from Weeb Slayer. And now Cedar has buyback available, but he's getting solo. They really don't want to be forced to use it. He's going to survive. No, he's going to go down. He dies to the Mega Creeps. And now Slickshoe's going to go down as well. No buyback on this Lion. A beautiful taunt. Actually, no. They get the Luna. Luna's dead. No buyback available on her. But again, they're against Mega Creeps. Refresher Shard popped. Exorcism coming out. The Requiem. It's not the double Requiem, but the BKB cancels it completely. Occam needs to be careful. This Death Prophet going right for the Ancient. The hookshot not going to latch. But now she's slowed up. They get some more damage onto her. The Raze hitting pretty hard, but she's so fast. They don't have a duel. The Ancient getting low. She pops her Yules, but there's so many targets around. The Spirits can't decide. Boundless Strike chokes her. 5 dead. And despite that, they still hold on. Book. There's no buyback on a lot of these cores. If somehow they could just get into the enemy base, they could do some serious damage. They could perhaps even get a tier 4, but fortification available. I don't think they could win this game yet. They need to do that one more time without losing anyone, without the buybacks being forced. And Monkey King now no buyback for 5 minutes. A terrible position to be in. Despite a valiant hold, they're struggling. And it's very, very grim. Bane buying back. He wants to try to delay any push. Lead Slayer very, very low. If he's not careful, could get sniped by this Bane. The Fiend's Grip. Respectable amount of damage coming out from that spell. And actually that Brain Sap, 550 damage. That could just kill him. How much health does he have? Buyback coming out from Omni Knight. Monkey King is here with that Desolator. Fortification is available. And Legion looking for something to enfeeble. Not really going to do that much. There's no buyback on this Death Prophet for a minute. Luna up in 10 seconds. Wukong's command to make him tankier to keep himself inside this. The fortification was already used. They might actually get this. The Ancient's going down so fast, so quickly. They don't have any control. They have no way to stop it. Weeb Slayer jumping, popping the heels, trying to keep this Luna away. They actually get it. They get it. Even though they had Megas. Blue actually lose that game. Book of Mormon, fantastic play, coming back and just excellent team fight execution. They win the game despite getting mega'd. And what a wonderful comeback from Book of Mormon. Although looking at the gold, you can even say it's a comeback. They had 20k gold in their favor at the end of that game. And it just goes to show that a game really is not over until it's really over. Book of Mormon, excellent play, and what a fantastic game from both sides. Really one of the most exciting games I've seen in a while. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I was losing my mind, and I'm sure many of you were too. Good luck to both these teams going forward, and this is just the second game, so it's the group stage, so that means that's the last game for the night. It is 1-1. Book of Mormon, I believe, unless Lemon Snow Cones won 2-0 their match, they ended up winning. Book of Mormon should still be at the top of their group. Just an absolutely phenomenal game. What excellent play on both sides. Retman's Kunkka was a sight to behold, but that Monkey King Cedar Boy was truly outstanding. What a fantastic game, and I look forward to casting for both of these teams in the future. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I will be doing Epicenter XL this weekend, open qualifiers for Epicenter's little contest. I would appreciate your support, and if you enjoyed this cast, please follow, and if you didn't enjoy some part of it for any reason at all, please drop me a line on Twitch or tweet at me on Twitter. Let me know what I can do better, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. And once again, what a treat of a game, such a blast to cast this game, and just congratulations to both teams for winning one game each in this best of 2. Thank you guys again so much, and I will be finally signing out.